Hi guys, this is Amishi Seth and I'm back on my channel 10-second success hacks. And as I had promised to you in my last video, in this video I'm going to show you how to effect change within yourself and maybe in others, but definitely within yourself. And the hack for that is, how do I feel? The reason that this hack is called How Do I Feel is because all of us are driven by our feelings. Whatever we do, our aim is to feel good. So we will do things that make us feel good. We will avoid doing things that make us feel bad. However, it is shocking that even though we human beings are largely driven by our feelings, 99% of people don't even know how they feel. And I have seen this in my trainings across the spectrum. I have trained teachers and principals, I have trained students, I have trained corporate honchos across different regions of this country, across age groups. And people simply cannot identify how they feel. All they say is, I feel good, or they say, I feel bad. But just consider this feeling good and feeling bad for a second. Feeling good can mean feeling overjoyed, hopeful, loved, respected, inspired, beautiful, validated, appreciated. Feeling bad can mean feeling scared, feeling misunderstood, feeling cheated, feeling let down, despondent, depressed, insecure. Each of these words is a completely different story. You cannot substitute one word with the other. And yet, if we do not know what our story is, how in the world are we ever going to resolve it? That is why identifying your feelings is so important. And to help you do that, I've put a link to your feeling vocabulary in the description box below. And there are feeling charts that are available on Google. You can download. They are there in a printable version. But you have to increase your vocabulary of feelings. After you have identified your feeling vocabulary, you've got that right, then any change can be effected in 4 simple steps. Step number 1, identify how a particular situation that has affected you, identify how you feel about it, and put it down in a journal. You don't have to share this journal with anyone. It is your world, meant only for your eyes, but put it down. And 99%, one single circumstance will evoke multiple feelings. So put down all your feelings in this journal. Step 2, identify what about that situation or person made you feel the way you did, and write that down. And at this stage, please understand that there is no substitute to writing it down. Because if you keep only thinking about something, you get into this spiral of overthinking which drains energy, and you keep going on and on and on with it, and it really doesn't resolve anything. Whereas if you put it down, it's like taking that negativity out of your system, putting it out there in a space where you can look at it objectively, you can understand it, analyze it, and work with it. Hence, put down exactly what about that situation made you feel the way you did, right? And then step 3, close the journal. Close it for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, whatever resonates with you. Just let it lie there and don't think about it. And it becomes easier once you write it down. Alright? Then, after whatever resting period, open the journal again. Look at what you have written and ask yourself 3 questions. Question number 1. am I projecting? 99% of the times, we are not reacting to the present situation at hand. We are always reacting to a similar situation that happened in the past that we did not resolve at that time. You will catch yourself saying things like, it always happens to me. Why do these things keep coming back at me? It's only because you did not resolve it then and you're projecting now. So, ask yourself objectively, am I projecting? And you will 90% see that you are. Second thing that you ask yourself is, what if I assume that the other person is right? And just assume this. You don't have to call them up and tell them, you know what, I'm sorry, you were right. You don't have to do anything of the sort. Even if you don't agree with what the other person said or did, just assume for the sake of assumption that the other person is right. And then look for justifications of how that person becomes right. So for example, let's say you had a fight with your children or your parents. Yeah, maybe my mom and dad have been brought up the same way. They don't know any other way. And they are trying to do their best. Or maybe if it's your child, you say, we didn't have those distractions that they have these days. So in spite of that, my child is trying to do their best. If it's your spouse, he or she is trying to secure the best for this family. I may not agree with what they are doing, but that's what the intention is. So look at the intentions behind whatever has happened, justify it in your mind, and then see whether you can be objective about it. This may not resolve the conflict, but what it will do is it will put you into a space of receptiveness. It will put you into a space of responding rather than reacting. And the third step that you need to do is ask yourself, how do I resolve it? If you have done this due diligence, you will know exactly how to resolve this. Nobody needs to give you a solution. And even if you need help, you will be able to ask for it. And if you don't take anything else from this video, just take this. Awareness is healing. The moment you become aware of what is happening inside you, why it is happening inside you, that in itself heals. And you may ask me, as a final word, what the hell is 10 seconds about this? It's a long process. You're right, there's nothing 10 seconds about this process. But the moment you tell yourself, in a stress situation, how do I feel? And you remind yourself to do this process, you are going to go, you're going to beat the spiral of overthinking, and you will feel that you have control back in your life, because eventually you are going to be able to figure it out for yourself. And that is so powerful about just asking yourself this one question: how do I feel? And you have to do this because, as we said in the hack related to vulnerability, the only person that you're going to have to live with for the rest of your life is you. And if you're not aware of your own story, how are you going to resolve life? And you have to become aware of your own story. Being indifferent to your own feelings is not just counterproductive, it is criminally unfair to your own self and to people around you. Which is why, do not judge yourself. No feeling is good or bad. Every feeling just is. In India, we get used to these biases. Anger is bad, jealousy is bad, compassion is the only thing that is good. No. Every feeling is just an energy inside yourself, and you need to become aware of it without judging it, and that's how you resolve it. Right? So, let me know how this turns out for you, and I'll see you next week with my next hack. Till then, Ask yourself this most important question: how do I feel? Resolve it within yourself, and for God's sake, be patient with yourself and do not judge yourself. Thank you so much. God bless, and I'll see you next week.